Welcome back to Houston Life. Our next guest is no stranger to our program. She's a New York Times and Indie best-selling award-winning author of multiple books like Wings of Ebony and A Taste of Magic.
Plus, she wrote an original prequel that ties into the Little Mermaid live-action film, and she's not done. She's back with us today, debuting the first novel in her new modern age fantasy series, House of Marionne. Hi, Elle. So tell us, what's the deal? You got ball gowns, you got magic, tiaras. I'm in, but what's up with that?
You know, it's really fun because the idea for this story came to me when I got this image in my head of a crown growing out of someone's skull. Oh. And I was like, oh, that's so beautiful, and yet that's a little scary. And so I loved the idea of crafting a story that is both beautiful and like deadly and dangerous.
Ooh, yeah.
So there's lots of like pink and black, that's hence the beautiful cover.
It is a beautiful cover. This is a beautiful artwork on here, but it's what's inside that you are responsible for, and such an accomplishment.
Thank you. To tell you a little bit about it. So House of Marionne follows 17-year-old Kel, who's on the run because she has this forbidden magic. And when she's almost caught by an assassin hunting her, she runs to one of the training schools for proper good magic. And so her plan is to bury her dark magic and master the good one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's very intriguing. I know readers love this, but also you've received some pretty critical acclaim from very accomplished authors.
Yes, that was such a... Honestly, as the writer, it's always a shock because you write your books, you send them out, and you hope people like them, but you are never sort of confident that people will, and then you hear they do, and it literally brings you to tears if you're a Cancer like me.
And just to follow that up, the astrological signs are very important, right?
Yes.
To follow up, when you're writing a story, are you always thinking of the readers? Are you thinking like, oh my gosh, they're going to love this? Or are you really writing content that you love personally?
You know, I love this question because I think this is my 5th book, and it's taken a while for me to get to the place where I felt like I should just write what I want to write. There's a lot of pressure when you are just trying to get into an industry to do what other people sort of are doing or do what you know will be accepted. And so this is the first book where I said, you know what, I'm just gonna write a book that I love, and if nobody wants to publish it, then I just won't be an author anymore. And here we are.
Well, luckily someone wanted to publish it, but you are why would they not? Why would they not? I mean, you have success before this book, and then you say it's really your humble beginnings that's your driving force behind writing this stuff. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I grew up in Houston in the Third Ward area, and a lot of even my adult life, was very nomadic. I'm married to, well, he was in the military, and so we traveled a lot. And there was something about moving to different places and seeing different ways that people lived, remembering how I grew up, and just teaching in impoverished schools, going to schools, like going to a Title I school, going to a magnet school, going to a private school. There was something about all of those experiences that made me want to create a world that is full of all different layers of socioeconomic status and power. And so in this book, you get a wide range of people and diversity, all types of diversity.
Wow.
JL, you were named the best fantasy book by Pop Sugar. You were nominated for an NAACP Image Award. The accolades keep coming for you. And I wonder, after you published that first book and things went well, right? Is there just additional pressure to continue cranking things out? Because I find it fascinating that you have this creative mind that seems to have like endless ideas.
It certainly seems that way from this side of the table, but quite honestly, there is a lot of pressure because when you write for young adult readers, they like a book a year. And so to publish a book a year takes about 2 years for a book to go from finished to shelves. So you have to really be ahead of the curve constantly. And so I'm not just a writer, I'm also a wife, I'm also a mom, I'm also a neighbor, you know, and I have friends. And so it does become difficult to balance. But I will also say when there is a story in your heart, you just can't sleep without getting it out. So it's the work that fills my work hours, if you will.
Right.
It's what I do full time, and I can't imagine doing anything else.
So what would you say to someone who's maybe a young writer and they love it and they have this brain like yours where they have this idea and they just have to write? What advice would you have for someone? I mean, you're from the Houston area. Maybe there's a young writer watching. What advice do you have for them?
So the 3 things I like to say is, number 1, get out of your own way. So I think a lot of times we, especially especially for students. I used to be a teacher. I have 3 children. Sometimes kids can get very intimidated by obstacles, and what they need to hear is don't think about the obstacles. Think about what you can do. So get out of your own way and just write the story. Don't think about making it perfect. Don't think about even making it good. Just write what you love, because that passion just bleeds onto the page. The second thing I say is find other writers. Find other people who are also excited about writing. It's like a secret Star Wars club. You have your own language suddenly. And then the third is read. Be a voracious reader, because that will make you a better writer.
It's so true.
And I love to read, but this is something that's maybe out of my genre. Why would someone from another genre come to House of Marionne?
That's a great question. I intentionally crafted this book to relate to people who read all different types of stories. So if you're a thriller lover, this book is very thrilling. There is a murder at some point in the book. I won't tell you where. So if that sort of murder mystery is your thing, you're going to get a flavor of that. If you like magic, it's there. If you like romance, oh, buckle up. If you like contemporary novels, this book actually starts very much in the real world in New Orleans. So I've created a very accessible, inclusive world and story so anybody can pick it up.
Okay,
cool.
and if you would like to pick it up, you can also meet JL. So on Sunday, August 27th, you're doing like a meet and greet book signing event.
Yes, I'm doing a book launch. This is the first public event for the launch of House of Marionne on Sunday at 3 p.m. Because of the large number of RSVPs, they've moved it off-site to St. Thomas Presbyterian Church.
Oh, that's excellent.
But if you just go to the website, all the information is there.
Okay, and you got to purchase the book from Blue Willow Bookshop, and you can have JL sign it. Such a cool thing, too, to be able to interact with your fans, to meet your readers, and for them to meet you as well. JL, thanks for stopping by Houston Life.
Thank you. I love coming.
So good having you.
And we'll see you for book number 6, which I'm sure will be coming out shortly, right? House of Marionne will be on sale August 29th, but you can pre-order a copy now. We do have a link on the scene on Houston Life section of our website, houstonlife.tv.